Hello. We've had a large number of Mosin Nagant rifles come into the country. They're inexpensive, generally in very good to excellent condition, and they make wonderful pleasure shooting rifles, and they're very good for hunting too. Most of the rifles come in have an accessory kit with them, consisting of a sling, an ammunition pouch, a bayonet, an oil bottle, and a little cleaning kit. The oil bottle's two-compartment. If you're interested in the markings on the front of the bottle, this is a Cyrillic H, which means N in the English language, stands for neft, which is oil. The Cyrillic W is an odd sound. It's like a sh-cha sound, and the word is a shchalak, I believe, or shchalat, and it means alkaline, which is, of course, the cleaning solution section of the bottle. In the cleaning kit itself, you'll find a number of small items. A cleaning jag. If you're lucky, you get a brush. You'll find a large tube, a smaller tube, something that looks like a piece of round stock or maybe a pin punch, which is exactly what it is, and a combination tool. And these parts here are installed on the cleaning rod, generally included with the rifle. I'll show you how to set these up so you can have an effective cleaning system using the components from the rifle. First thing you want to use is the small tube. This is slid down the end of the cleaning rod from the threaded end. Run this up until it gets to the end of the rod and align the holes. Then take the small pin punch, insert it through those holes. Give it a couple taps, that'll lock it into place. You now have an effective handle for your cleaning rod. The next item to install on the rod is the larger tube, and it's installed with the small sealed end with the hole in the center facing towards the back of the rod. And this is what this is. It actually is a muzzle cap or a bore protector. This prevents the rod from rubbing on the muzzle of the rifle as it's used, and keeps the rifling sharp. And then you can choose your brush or your cleaning jag, and those are just threaded onto the end like so. So now that you have your cleaning rod set up, the next step is what to do with the combination tool. There's 3 parts to it. One is a screwdriver tip. There's several notches along the side of the tool itself. What these are firing pin protrusion notches, checking your firing pin protrusion. This is fairly important on a Mosin Nagant. The bolt was never designed to adequately vent gas off away from the shooter's face. So if you have a pierced primer, you can get a lot of gas back in your face, and you want to try to avoid that. I recommend you always wear safety glasses when you're shooting one of these rifles, just as an added protection. But to use this tool to check the bolt, what one does, take the bolt out of the weapon, pull back on the cocking piece, and turn it to the left. I already have it done there. And you'll see the firing pin protrude. Now you may have a tool that has numbers on it, 75 and 95. It may be unmarked. They're all the same though. The 75 is your go, and when you're checking your pin protrusion, the end of the tip of the firing pin should touch the bottom of this notch. The 95 is a no-go, and the tip of the firing pin should not touch the bottom of this notch. If it does, it indicates you have excessive firing pin length. To use it, you simply lay one of the outside notches on the edge of the bolt, and let's turn it this way. Set the tool down, and this one touches, so it's good. Next, set the end of the larger notch down with the number 95 notch in there, and there should be clearance between the firing pin and the tool, which there is. If there is not, you'll use your combination tool on the back of the bolt to turn this piece right here. You can turn that and adjust the length as you need it. Let's see what we can do here. Alright. One of the other items on the combination tool is a large oval. And a lot of people wonder what this is used for. This is to assist in removing the bayonet from the rifle. Standard Soviet procedure was to use the rifles with the bayonet in place. Consequently, you get a lot of rust, corrosion, mud, junk, grit that built up in here, and they can be quite difficult to remove from the weapon. And to use this part of the tool, one would slide it down the bayonet until it impacts on the back of the sight, turn it slightly, and then it's used to lever the latch forward. If this latch is frozen, you can use a piece of hardwood against the tool like that, tap it up, free it, and then once that's done, pull the latch up. And if this won't move by hand, most of the time they won't, you can use your little piece of hardwood here. I wouldn't recommend any kind of steel tool or anything like that. A piece of hardwood or rawhide hammer works fine. Tap it up until the latch locks on the sight. You remove your combination tool. And then if this still won't turn by hand, you can take your hardwood, keep tapping on the end of the bayonet till it aligns with the front sight. And then you may be able to push it off. If not, again, use your hardwood tool to just tap against the back legs of the bayonet until it frees to where you can remove it by hand. So there you go. I hope this gives you a little insight on how to properly use the tools that are included in your kit. Thank you for watching.